Okay, good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon, colleagues. May I please get your attention? Good afternoon, colleagues. May I please get your attention? We are about to start with the next session. Okay, thank you very much. So we are about to resume with our next session, and we are now delving into the African University feedback on current marketing programs. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Ngobile Bundwini from the University of Cape Town to come and do her presentation. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Thank you so much for joining. I always hate doing the session after lunch because everyone's full and ready to go home. But I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to see some old colleagues. I mean, I'm from UCT now, but I used to be based at UP as an assistant lecturer many, many years ago. And then I also worked at UNISA for a couple of years as a research assistant. So I see a couple of my old colleagues. Hello, it's lovely to be here. Um, Look, we were briefed to present on our curriculum, and we have quite a lot of offerings, and I felt we couldn't quite condense them into 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is kind of just focus on our flagship offering, which most of our students are subscribed to. So we do have a Bachelor of Business Science in Marketing. That's the name of our main offering degree. But we also do a PG dip in marketing, and we also have a BCom honors, as well as our master's and PhD students. Not sharing. Oh, it's not sharing. Sorry. Device. This one. Yes, that's the one. Okay, thank you. Um, okay, so just an introduction to our bachelor. Is it still not? Technology. I can see it here. Okay, it's positive. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so it is named a little differently from a lot of our esteemed colleagues in the room. So what is a Bachelor of Business Science? It is a 4-year program in which the honors component is integrated. It's a professional program, which is typically a 4-year program which covers a couple of core subjects in the first year, and then people start to specialize a little bit later in the degree. So unlike the standard 3-year bachelor's degree, our students, after completing this, can go straight into a master's degree because the honors is incorporated. It has a very strong emphasis on quantitative skills, so a lot of mathematics. They do statistics as well throughout 3 years up to 3rd year level, as well as economics up to 3rd year level. And this is because we have an advisory board, which I'll speak about a little bit later, which has also emphasized the importance of these quantitative skills in industry. So just to give an overview of our first year. So we have a common first year degree across the faculty. And this is pretty much all the first year students of any single discipline do all the same subjects in the first year. And that is because it kind of equips our students with the essential skills that they need, more quantitatively focused, such as economics and accounting, statistics, commercial law, mathematics, as well as evidence-based management. If you look at our little handbook course code, we have a couple of these subjects that are all core modules, but then obviously the students have electives at a later time. So our undergraduate program is structured as follows. We have our first year, which is our foundation or common first year. Once again, these students all have the same courses, whether you're studying finance or you're studying marketing or you're studying actuarial science, or everyone within the faculty does the same courses within their first year, just to equip them with those basic skills. And these skills are quantitative and analytical skills. They get a good foundational business knowledge, as well as critical thinking and problem solving, which is something that we quite heavily encourage our students to do. In our second year, this is when our students are first introduced to marketing. They only see a marketing course, which ours is called Buzz 2010, which is Introduction to Marketing, at second year level. And the reason why also we only allow them to do a marketing or any specialization from their second year is to just give them that year to kind of see where they really want to go. And if they want to change course, perhaps they started with marketing, but they want to do XI, they can do so freely. So these are some of our second year core modules. We have, again, a very big quantitative focus. So you'll see a lot of applied statistics there, micro and macroeconomics. We also then lean into business ethics, applied statistics, financial management, so that all of our students have a good component of different business elements in order to be able to run a business in the future. So pretty much everything, all the skills that are developed at the second year level are preparing our students for the world of business. So even if you are a marketing student, you should be able, after our degree, to be able to go into any stream or to be able to touch all aspects of a business. So you must understand, the legal and ethical implications of business. You've got to have financial acumen. You've got to be able to make, strategic decisions, and also have analytical skills and effective communication. And these are the various courses that we offer that build these particular core skills. So I can't talk through all of it because we have a time limit and I still have a bit to share, but that's just a glance of it. In our third year, this is where they kind of start to move towards specialization, which is an advanced marketing year, which is what we call it. They do people management. There's marketing 2A, which is a consumer behavior course. There's advanced macro and microeconomics. So they're still doing economics at the third year level. They also then still have statistics, so research and survey statistics, which becomes really important for their fourth year or for honors when they complete quantitative research projects, for example. We also have an introduction to project management, as well as marketing 2B, which is integrated marketing communications. That's offered both in our B-Buzz Sci, which is the Bachelor of Business Science, as well as our PG DIP. So the skills that we develop at a third year level are quite advanced. We really, again, emphasize the quantitative skills. So we have advanced analytical skills, which is drawn from our advanced macro and microeconomics courses, our research and survey statistics. We also do a research and marketing course where they obviously learn the entire research process and gain those skills. We have research and survey statistics, and that builds their research and data interpretation skills that's so important for the working world. We also build strategic marketing management skills, which then, speaks to our marketing 2A, which is our consumer behavior, as well as our IMC course. We try to encourage consumer insights and behavior analysis courses. Over there, you can see that consumer behavior and our marketing 2A, which is our consumer behavior, which is our integrated marketing communications course, builds these particular skills, but also our research courses at third year level build that particular skill. We have a project management course, which then builds their project management skills on a holistic level. So going into their fourth year, this is where they start to specialize in marketing. So everything here is marketing focused. Where you see 4026, that is actually it's one course. You can see that it's 72 credits, so it's a lot heavier than the others. This is because it actually comprises of 3 different courses per semester, including contemporary marketing issues. My colleagues, Piwe, help me. What else is in 4026? I know you're on sabbatical, but wake up the brain. We have a lot of 4026 courses which focus on pretty much very transferable skills and practically applicable skills in the working world. We have strategic thinking as a course as well. We have our big marketing research project, which is basically the thesis, which is done in pairs most of the time and is guided by a supervisor, which is dedicated to that particular research pair. So the total credits for the final year is 180, and that's the point where they reach their NQF level 8. And the particular skills that we try to develop at this final year are, digital marketing expertise, consumer insights and trends, research and project management, advanced marketing strategy, and strategic thinking. So as you can see, we have associated courses which are targeted at these particular skills, and then we also have the description of the courses. I'm happy to share these slides a little bit later, but I'm going to move forward. One of the things I wanted to discuss is also our live brief, which was something we very recently incorporated into our curriculum, where we obviously have real world assignments. We partner with various brands. We do like to focus on smaller brands, SMMEs, that don't have that much corporate presence. However, they have, areas in which they can grow and areas in which they have challenges that our students can actually assist in and help to, create really good practical recommendations for. And so what that looks like is there are client-based projects. So they're given a brief from a real client, often a company or an organization that gives them a particular problem that they are facing in reality. And then because it's a real world challenge, it addresses real and current issues, which helps our students to kind of adapt and, perform those critical, adjusting skills. So as the world changes and issues change, they're able to change and adapt along with it. And the deliverables are that students are required to provide very actionable recommendations that this business can take on and then go and implement to solve or address whatever challenge they presented. So these are just a couple of brands that we have worked with. There's quite a few more, but I just felt for, brevity, I'll keep it to those 3. One thing that we also just recently established was our marketing advisory board. I heard Lebu speaking about their industry advisory. I don't know if it was a board or some sort of committee. We only just brought this in. We launched this project last year. We partnered with marketing professionals across various big South African brands. So we have the marketing director of Google South Africa, Dr. Mzamo Masito, who actually completed his PhD with us as well, who is part of this board. We have 10 members, somebody from Take-A-Lot and Sage and a number of other businesses. And what we do is we sit with the academics themselves, which are in our section, and we kind of have a round table discussion that lasts an entire day with all of these, marketing professionals, and kind of try to bridge the gap between what we're teaching in academia in our curriculum and obviously what they expect an equipped graduate to have at the end of the day, so that we can implement those insights and prepare our graduates a lot better. One of the last things that I'd like to talk about is we have a really brilliant project or partnership going on with Neural Sense, which is a consumer neuroscience research company. They typically have a lot of expensive equipment that, looks into the brain and figures out how consumer neuroscience works. And we have a specialized PhD program, as well as a master's program that Neural Sense sponsors. I think they give our PhD, there's 1 PhD that's funded by them per year, 2 masters that are funded by them per year, as well as 1 honors. And so we hope that as we go on in this partnership, we can fund more students to do a lot of consumer neuroscience research, which is, pretty much where the future is going. And there's a huge emphasis on consumer neuroscience, and we pride ourselves in that quite a bit. I did hear some colleagues earlier speaking about soft skills or human skills or essential skills. And as much as we didn't actually put this in the slides, but we have a number of of different initiatives that each of our lecturers do, and pretty much independently. It's their prerogative, it's their initiatives. We do have one colleague who practices sort of mindfulness at the beginning of every lecture. Just a couple of moments to, tell the students to close their eyes and think about something that they're very grateful for, just to bring them to be more present in the moment, to still their minds, and then therefore they're a little bit more receptive to teaching. She says it's been working really well. We've had good student feedback. And so that's one of the things that we're always trying to do is what is important to the students, and then how do we incorporate that in meaningful and tangible ways in our curriculum. There's another one of our colleagues who, can I swear? There's one of our colleagues who has what she calls SHE, which is a shit happens extension. And she brings this at the beginning of every year when she has her new cohort, and says, guys, at the end of the day, you are going to be asking me for extensions at some point. We all know that. And so what I will do right now is say, this is your due date. However, the shit happens extension is 7 days from there. And you're welcome to take advantage of that shit happens extension when you feel like it. So it's really a way to let students know that we're also human. We understand that they're human, and we're giving them sort of that flexibility to learn at their best, considering that things happen. I didn't swear that time. So thank you very much, colleagues. If anybody has any questions, I'm open. Or is it later? Later. Okay.
Thank you very much. We're not taking any questions? We can take one question, thank you.
What I wanted to ask was the people management module. Is it something that you guys have always had? And what does it exactly entail? Because I do think
as well when I saw it.
so. I think there's always been a gap, right? We come into industry, we get promoted, we become all of this stuff, and the people element is lacking. So I'd like you to expand a bit on that people management one. I think your program overall is very strong, and I think that's why most of my best bosses have been from UCT. Now I see. So yeah, if you could just expand on the people management module.
Yeah, I'm not going to purport to know more than I do about people management. I myself haven't taught it, and it's also, it's one of those that you may say you like it, and I think Elizma also said she likes it, but apparently the students are sick of it and want it out of the curriculum. So it's actually we are in conversations about, the practicalities or the feasibility of removing it from the curriculum, but it does focus on almost an HR-ish perspective. So learning and labor relations, and learning to work with people, learning to work under people, learning to work above people. And so I'm not 100% sure all the courses that are, all the topics that are covered in there, but it's along that stream. We don't have law for marketers specifically, but we have a business law, which, is kind of a little bit more broad, but marketing does come into that. We know better than them. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Carly.
Thank you very much. And then up next, we've got Dr. Helena van Wyk, who is from the Institute of Marketing Management Graduate School, and she will be presenting online. Dr. Helena, are you ready? Dr. Helena?
Yeah, sorry, let me just unmute my mic. Thank you very much. I'm going to share my presentation. It seems that though if I share it that I don't get it in, it's on presentation mode on my side, but it seems on your side that you're seeing still just the presentation and it doesn't go into presentation mode. So I do apologize for that. Can you see the presentation on your side?
Yes, we can see it, but I'm not.
Yeah, so I do apologize. I see that on my side, if I put it in presentation mode, you don't seem to get it in presentation mode, if that's okay with you. If we can present in this mode.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very much. So first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity this afternoon. I'm Dr. Helena van Wyk. I'm from the IMM Graduate School, and with me this afternoon, who's going to be responsible for the bulk of the presentation, is Claudine Botha, who's the program coordinator for the BPhil Honours in Marketing Management. And I thought just a little bit of background on who we are. From an IMM Graduate School point of view. The IMM Graduate School is a leading distance learning provider in Africa, specializing very specifically in marketing, supply chain, and business education. And we've done so for the last 60 years, which really makes us the oldest private higher education institution in South Africa. And what's so unique about us, we have got 3 modes of delivering our content. We've got a campus in Stellenbosch where face-to-face teaching is taking place. We've got a hybrid approach in Parktown, Johannesburg, and then we've got our 3rd campus in which is the virtual campus. So the IMM Graduate School has really got a nice mix of students, both face-to-face and in hybrid and virtual mode. I'm going to ask Claudine to actually take you through our content as far as marketing in Africa is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Helena. Pardon. And also from my side, thank you very much for the opportunity, and then to the virtual as well as the face-to-face people. Nice to virtually meet you as well. Okay, so in terms of the IMM Graduate School, we've got 7 programs that is very, very much focused on marketing. As Dr. Helena has mentioned, we have got a supply chain and a marketing focus with a business management foundation. But we've got a higher certificate in marketing, which of all the modules are compulsory, where our marketing focus areas specifically is obviously marketing, BizCom, the digital side, and then sales management. With the diploma, we've also got marketing from your 1st to your 3rd year. We've got communications in your 1st and your 2nd year. We've got a digital marketing element in our 1st and our 2nd year. And then for us, and I know also talk about this, but there is a project management element in our diploma, because we found that project management is actually so much part of marketing, and a lot of marketers actually in practice fall flat on their faces due to a lack of project management skills. So that's something that we focus on. We have got a marketing project in the 3rd year, which encompasses all of the marketing issues, and it's a kind of a development of a whole marketing campaign. And then we also promote entrepreneurship, which we believe is the future of South Africa, even from a marketing perspective. Then we've got the BBA, again, marketing 1st to 3rd years. We've got communication, brand in our 2nd year, and there's a strong research focus because our BBA customers, or our students rather, are the people that then go through hopefully to our BPhil Honours program. We've also got a BCom in marketing. Is presented on in years 1 to 3, but there the split between our BBA and our BCom is that in the BCom program, we've got a project management or a supply chain focus, and this either project management or supply chain commences already in year 1. Then we've got a postgrad diploma and a BPhil Honours in marketing management, where our postgrad, traditionally like other institutions, are focused more on vocational learning, very, very practical. And then our B.Phil honours, where there's a huge research element with the objective of preparing our students to continue on to their M.Phil, which is then a research dissertation. So how do we prepare our students for industry? So we've got various ways and means that we look at. And from an assessment point of view, we do everything open book. We had in the past, prior to COVID, we had exam sessions where students sit in an exam hall, but due to COVID and all the issues that went with that, we converted to a full online assessment strategy where all our students up till date, even now past COVID, do the examinations online. We had to go through, especially in undergrad, we had to go through an entire paradigm shift in terms of how to set an assessment for application-based or for an open book session. And we obviously, you can't do recall questions because the student just pops open his study book or his textbook and answers the questions. So we became far more practical, even in an undergrad level, where we use real world scenarios, where we use case studies, and where we ask students to apply. Obviously, this application, and we look at it very, very, very carefully, should be on an appropriate NQF level. So obviously, the nature of your critical thinking question on an NQF 5 level is very much different, obviously, from your critical thinking question on NQF 8 level. But our learning and teaching team is drilling us as lecturers and as examiners to really, 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 with each question in an assessment, to see what are you doing in terms of really getting that student to think critically. They are really slave drivers, but it's good for our students. Then our study guides, again, from an industry prep point of view, our study guides are updated annually. All right, even if there is a textbook, and not all our modules do require textbooks, we do have what we call standalone study guides, where we take various sources of information, anything from textbook to journal articles to industry reports, whatever, to put together a module. And we update these study guides annually with anything relevant industry changes. Student learning is supported in the class through the use of guest lecturers, interactive teaching methods. So, the role of the guest lecturer, and a lot of the previous speakers have also referred to this, the role of the guest speaker in terms of bringing in what's really happening out there. We bring that through into our classrooms. Then we've got simulation programs in both undergrad and postgraduate modules. And I'd like to stand a little bit with the simulation program, especially the one that we've got in our postgraduate diploma program, where it's kind of an intuitive system where there's immediate feedback to the student. So if you've done an activity and the entire program is chopped up into about, I think it's 27 odd activities, if you haven't done well, or even if you haven't performed in a specific activity, the system actually tells you that you need to either redo it or you didn't pass it, or whatever the case may be. But it's a very interactive, real life situation that is presented through these programs. And then probably one of our flagship bragging rights, if I can call it that, is our professional development program. We say that life skills are as important as academic qualifications. So this is also all our students from certificate level through to masters have got access to this. There are something like 300 odd courses in there that has different requirements. But at the end of the day, in order to get your certificate for that specific let's call it a module, it's not a module, for that specific topic, you have to either do watch a video or read a little booklet. You have to do a quiz or a multiple choice or a little assessment or something to that effect. and you have to complete a survey. So it's very short, very energetic type of activities that we do, and the student gets a badge at the end of the day. And topical of the things that we typically address, and I said there's 300. Disability awareness. We've talked about these issues a little bit earlier today. Cultural diversity. So we believe that this professional development program of us also adds to the eventual career readiness of the students when he or she leaves the IMM graduate school.
Sorry, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Sorry, I missed the joke. Was it a good one? No answer. Okay, in terms of the incorporation of AI into the curriculum, as I've mentioned, we do that both on undergrad and postgraduate level, specifically more in the digital marketing and business communication space. And then in digital marketing specifically, we look at the use of AI tools, the functionality, when do you use what is the purpose of each tool, those kind of things. And then in the business communication space, we look at the effective use of AI as part of our communication strategy. And we are, as AI develops, somebody earlier today said AI is developing so quickly. As it develops, we are incorporating these tools, these learnings, these lessons into our study guides going forward. And we do that, as I say, on an annual basis. But we do use quite a bit of AI in our classrooms already. We use AI-generated content, interactive quizzes, AI-generated videos, etc., etc. So we really, and as I've said, we've got quite a dynamic learning and teaching department within the IMM graduate school, and they are really on top of getting us as lecturers using AI in an effective way in our classes to ensure engagement. Okay, so in terms of the effectiveness of our curriculum and how do we update ourselves and our curricula in terms of industry trends, we have done in the past some research amongst our alumni, but that is something that we really want to intensify to get the insights into our existing program structures. And maybe I should just stop here and explain. So we've got basically, there are in-betweens, but we've got two divides of students at the IMM graduate school. We've got our typical student, which probably I and you were, you know, you're fresh from school, you go through, you do your first 3 years, you do your honors, and maybe an M or at a later stage. However, we've got quite a number of students, especially on postgraduate level, who are a little bit older and who are not based in South Africa. We've got a lot of Zimbabwean students who are between the ages of 39 and 45. So they are in the workplace already. And getting insights from those type of people to see where there are gaps in our programs to potentially improve and to align ourselves with industry is very, very valuable. Then we really encourage our lecturers to update their study guides annually with new industry as well as academic information. And even what we say to our lecturers, even if you are using a textbook, what is new in terms of maybe new brand modules or new strategic modules? So we bring in additional reading in addition to maybe our textbooks or our study guides, so that we bring in the most recent stuff or recent information rather to our students. And we also encourage our students to agree or disagree with any new academic information that we might present to them. And then of course the recency of the information is very important. And then lecturers are required to share recent academic newsworthy articles with our students on a weekly basis, with the objective of creating student debates and student learning opportunities. And then lastly, what does the future entail for us, or in terms of AI? we have got a very, very proactive approach to AI in terms of its application and in terms of our teaching strategy. We believe that at this point in time, at least, we don't have to create a standalone AI module, but rather bring in relevant AI tools, trends, those kind of things into our existing modules so that we have a holistic view. We still got that foundation that a number of people talked about in terms of marketing, but we are also upskilling our students to bring in the new trends, whether it be through digital, social media, AI, whatever that may be. And then our house view is that AI is going to play a fundamental role in marketing. Anything from data analysis, data management, idea generation, effective communication, etc., etc. We do not think that AI is a fad. We believe it's going to be for a long time. And yeah, the marketer of the future will have no choice but to understand the AI tools available, as well as understand how effectively to use it across various marketing functions. I don't know if there are any questions, please feel free.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Are there any questions, both online and in person? Okay, I see one question at the back. Can you please stand up, sir?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to ask the question. When you spoke earlier, you spoke about AI-generated teaching and learning that you're using at IMM. May you please give us some examples or give us a bit of context with regard to that? Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll take that question. Just from a teaching and learning point of view, we really encourage our lecturers to make use of AI to do a framework for a lesson plan, for argument's sake. But we also are encouraging our students in our assessments, we've incorporated AI for them to say, you know, that they need to ask AI what are some of the new marketing trends, and then they need to evaluate that and they need to critique that. So both from a teaching point of view, but also from a student engagement point of view, we incorporate AI. I don't know, Corine.
Yeah, if I may add to that, what we've done also, or some of our lecturers have done, is if you want to create a real world scenario, and us as marketers, I think we've done Coke to the nth degree. We've done in South Africa MTN to the nth degree. So ChatGPT, for example, can be very creative in terms of creating a scenario. And what is nice is that sometimes when you get an existing case study, and you want to formulate for example, a specific question in your exam, that case study might not be providing the relevant information that you want to base your question on. You know, so what you can do with generative AI is to prompt it to provide you with a real world case study. And the nice thing about ChatGPT, it's very, very sustainability and environmentally friendly. So they always go to an eco something kind of company, but they create a scenario, and the way that you prompt it actually then present you with a case study that is usable, that you can really say, okay, all of these examination questions that I've prepared or that I would like to put into my exams have been addressed in my case study. You know, the scenario has been provided. And by using AI in a very structured, prompting way, it's been working, and not all lecturers are using it, but it's something that we're learning and that we're getting to grips with, so that you know, in future we might want to use it even more and more.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I think that is that with the questions. And I just want to read one comment regarding IMM from Tonderai, who says that IMM has set a solid foundation for marketing in their life, and they started with them in 1998, and they're proud of the brands to keep it up. A round of applause for IMM.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to now call upon our second last presenter for the day, Ms. Lorraine Hervey from the Central University of Technology, to come and present for us. Thank you.
But good afternoon. I hope you're all still awake and we're now in the graveyard shift. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Elisma and TUT. We are from CUT in Bloemfontein in the center of the country. We are offering marketing in the business management department. Now, CUT is a hub of innovation where we nurture marketing professionals poised to make a significant input or impact in today's dynamic business landscape. Is it not share? But we was established in 1981, and we were merged with Vista University on the Welkom campus. We have currently on the Bloem campus 15,906 students, and on the Welkom campus 5,679 students. We are guided by our Vision 2030, where we are committed to shape the future through cutting-edge innovation and striving to become a leading African University of Technology. Right, the marketing programs that we are offering is the Diploma in Marketing Management, where we offer the core principles of marketing, and we equip the students of the basic understanding of marketing strategies and tools and techniques. Then we also offer the advanced diploma, the postgrad diploma, then also the master's in marketing management, and also a PhD in marketing management, which is 100% thesis writing basis. Now, the structure of our diploma, in the first year, all students need to take the same subjects. As you can see there, it's business management, and then also the core curriculum subjects, which is your academic literacy, basic digital literacy, and maths that they have to take. But then also the basic subjects like business management 1, economics 1, marketing 1, personal selling 1. PIM is also, or the personal information management, also form part of the core curriculum. Then in the second year, the students can either decide they're going to take international marketing or strategic marketing. If they follow the strategic marketing direction, then they have to select consumer behavior and marketing too. If they following the international side or direction, then they choose either or international business management too, or international marketing too. If they have followed the strategic marketing in the second year, then they have to continue with it in the third year. Then they have the electives, international marketing 3 or marketing 3. So if they in the international side, they have to choose the international marketing 3 as well as international finance. The strategic students then have to choose then marketing 3 and sales management then in the third year. You will see that we offer also WIL in the second year, in the second semester, as well as WIL in our third year. We do some practical and theory in the class where we prepare them for industry, and then also we place them for 3 months in the third year. Then also our advanced diploma, there's just the subjects that they're doing: strategic planning, research methodology, strategic marketing, and then also finance subjects. There's also an elective between finance and economics. And then we also have marketing planning that they can do in the advanced diploma on the NKF level 7. Then the postgrad diploma is where they will take a brand strategy and global marketing strategy, and there's also an elective between global marketing strategy and brand management. So they choose between these two directions, and then also all the other modules are compulsory, which is advanced marketing communication, digital marketing, and then again the finance subject, and then a research project that they have to do. Now, how do we prepare our students for industry? We let them do a theoretical classes in the second year. We prepare them for industry as well as in the first semester of their third year. That is where we will train them in building certain generic skills or soft skills like communication, teamwork, problem solving, critical thinking, and that actually form the foundation to prepare students for their world experience. Now, our students are placed by our cooperative education department, the section for world and industry liaison. They're responsible to recruit the employers and to make sure that the employers are accredited, and then they are contacted and to place students for industry exposure. Now, how our students are assessed, and also we're getting feedback from our employers. So they usually assess our students on key generic or soft skills like communication, working abilities, interpersonal characteristics, and so on, and also the quality of work that they have performed. And that feedback form a very important part of the evaluation process. And that led to the writing of a textbook by us, where we actually aim at enhancing these soft skills of our students. So in the second year, we train them these topics in WIL, job searching techniques, how to write cover letters, CV writing, interview skills, and business ethics and professionalism. And then we have changed the curriculum a little bit in the third year, where we actually prepare them again and focus on topics like conflict management, time management, public speaking, teamwork, innovation, etc. Now, how do we measure the effectiveness of the curriculum? We let our students get industry exposure for at least 3 months, 360 hours with a minimum of 240 hours. They are supposed to get exposure to at least 5 marketing activities, real world experiences in the industry. Students have to submit a POE after their placement for evaluation and moderation. Students are also visited and monitored by the coordinator and the lecturer responsible for WIL, and the employers also assess them. And also students have to give some reflective presentations when they return to campus after their WIL placements. Now, as I've said, the employers also give feedback and they provide valuable insights on the performance of students as well as the development of our curriculum. And assess students on those critical cross-field outcomes, which form part of our evaluation process. And they are also asked to give some input into our curriculum in order to enhance the preparation of our students for industry. We also focus on internationalization, where our master students do have the opportunity to study internationally as part of their preparation for the submission of a thesis. And our Center for Global Engagement facilitates this process. We do have collaborations with 2 universities currently in our faculty, University of Montpellier in France and also Arlen University. How do we staying updated with the industry trends? We're currently part of MASA. We gained MASA membership, as well as our third year and advanced and postgrad students. And then we also have advisory board meetings twice a year. We invite guest lectures, people from the industry to come and share their knowledge and perspectives on new developments and trends in class. We also change our modules every 5 years to recurriculate our modules based on the inputs that we get from industry. We also do have international academics that's visiting us and who foster collaborative research and also enhance the understanding of global marketing practices. We improve our curriculum and actually those plans have been submitted twice a year for consideration and approval, and our lecturers are also being required to participate in industry exposure, to work in the industry for at least the work every 2 years. Now, AI is a tamaleki for all of us. We're trying to upskill the faculty, the lecturers, to gain the latest AI knowledge and tools to enhance the marketing curriculum. And currently we have a tool on Blackboard Ultra that helps us to develop our modules. But again, we can't let AI do everything. You have to give substantial information in order for AI to help you to rewrite your modules. But still, you have to check it. You can't leave everything to AI. Research applications, the senior and postgrad students can use AI for research projects. And also we can use it in the coursework, but we have seen that it led to plagiarism. Again, there's a lot of training of students necessary so that they know how to use it ethically. And yeah, so we as lecturers also need some more training. Right, the future of AI in marketing is very important. It can enhance personalized learning. It can integrate the real world scenarios by utilizing AI tools to analyze data, segment your markets, and to optimize your campaigns. By incorporating it in our curriculum, CUT also ensures that the graduates are equipped to thrive in the dynamic digital marketing landscape. It can be used as it advances. It will foster the creation of new marketing strategies and tools, and ensuring students are prepared for the dynamic digital marketing landscape. And I've already mentioned that we can use it for research. Now, future developments, we have integrated e-marketing in our third year main subject, Marketing 3. The curriculum has been updated where it consisted out of social marketing, social media marketing, and digital marketing, and content creation. A few of our lectures have also undergone a course, a digital marketing course at UCT, and where they actually possesses the latest skills and knowledge on digital marketing, and which they can apply now in the classes and in the curriculum. And our curriculum is also being reviewed and updated every second year. And we do have an institutional quality insurance committee that's looking after our curriculum and actually do an internal review to ensure that our curriculum is updated. And we align it usually with the industry needs and also the advancements in the technology environment. And that's that.
Okay, thank you very much for that insightful presentation. Are there any questions? Okay, Dr. Drotsky.
I actually just have one question. It's going to be a quick question. I can't remember that you showed in your advanced diploma or postgrad diploma. You've got brand management and brand strategy. Now I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I know strategy is different than management, but I'm just trying to figure it out. What's the difference?
Teaching that subject by myself, and I don't know what is the physical content of that subject.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it's how they manage. Yeah, it's difficult.
I was just wondering because I looked and I thought, okay, it seems like they linked. I don't know, maybe.
Ineen, can you?
Perfect. Thank you.
It's our WIL office actually responsible for the placement of the students for 3 months. And we as lecturers, there's one lecturer that's responsible for the visiting and the monitoring of the student. They also have to. Yeah. Yeah, we had to work for a week in the industry. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And then lastly,
Gate for representative. I want a cool drink of water.
okay, with that being said, we have our last presenter for the day, and his name is Jade Butler from JUTA, and he will be discussing with us the trends in higher education, focusing on the shift towards customized learning materials. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Is it perfect? Fantastic, lucky. So as discussed, my name's Jade Butler. So I'm one of the publishers at JUTA, specifically in the academic department. So I'm responsible for business management, marketing, human resources, and economics. So I just thought, when it comes to publishing trends, some of the main points that should come through is obviously customization of content, but I'd also like to briefly touch on author and review opportunities, our new product innovation, the IMM EPUBs, and then I'll just briefly skim through some of our latest publications that are coming through. But let's start with customization. So from my experience, some of the biggest pain points with lecturers that are prescribing our content, or just content in general, is that you prescribe a textbook, but maybe you only use 70% of it. So there's redundant chapters in the textbook. Sometimes you have to then prescribe 2 textbooks to cover your module needs, and sometimes you have to even supplement further with additional readings, etc., etc. And that's really where customization at JUTA comes to the fore. So you can imagine JUTA's been around for 170 years. We've got a lot of content. We are what they call content rich in terms of publishing. And we offer a service to lecturers where all our content available in our catalog is ultimately available to you. You can cherry pick chapters from various publications to create one publication that suits your module's needs. So I just thought, here's an example that I'm working with at the University of South Africa at the moment in the Department of Operations. So I'm dealing with Dr. Leonie Lowe, and Leonie Lowe has a administrative management module that was new to their safety management qualification. And there was no content available that covered those particular module needs. So what we did is we sat down, we had a look at the learning outcomes, and we extracted chapters from our existing content, quality in the office. We've got chapters from environmental management. We've got a number of chapters from administrative management, and then ultimately one or two chapters from the contemporary office. So that's just giving you an idea of having access to chapters, topics in various publications, bringing them together and creating a brand new book. So at this particular point, once you've selected the chapters or the content that you need for your module, it will go into a production process. It will go through editing, it'll go through proofreading, it'll be typeset, a new table of contents will be drawn up, it'll have an index. So to the layman, they wouldn't know that it's existing books. You know, it will look like a brand new publication. So that's really where customization comes to the fore. At this particular point, when we get to publishing, our books are available in hard copy. You all know the retail stores, Van Skyke, Protea, etc., etc. But then we also make them available as ebooks as well, obviously to keep abreast of publishing trends. Then on to the next topic, authoring of new publications or new editions. So I was very excited when I got invited to this forum, because I've actually been in something similar in human resources. So in the HR space, they have something called the Human Resources University Forum, where they also went through a recurricularization process. And there was a number of gaps in the new advanced diploma that they were going to run. And this obviously led to opportunities for authors, people in the room, to come up, stand up and start writing content. And there's various roles that you can take on as a contributor at Juta. The one is the general editor role, where you conceptualize, you think about the content, you write up a table of contents, you take ownership of the new publication. The other one is a contributor. You're one of the contributors of the chapters. And then finally, there's digital asset creators as well. You know, as a publisher, we need to move with the times. We need to engage with students in the way that they want to be engaged with, video content, etc., etc. And those are all opportunities available to academics to engage with us with as well. Finally, in 2022, we saw a shift in the market. Students were learning predominantly online. It was the middle of the pandemic, and that gave birth to our interactive multimedia publications. So you can imagine, if you are working with digital publications, the sky's the limit in terms of what we can produce. We can do full color diagrams. We can do video content. We can do online assessment. And that's what we really try to do with these online interactive publications. But fortunately, Juta's got a marketing department as well, and they put together a 5-minute video explaining this new product innovation on our side. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to play a quick video that will take you through it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So as curriculums change, so does academic publishing. Quickly, 20 seconds. I know I won't keep you much longer. I just want to showcase some of my latest publications, because if I don't, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to my authors. So we've got digital advertising, digital marketing trends and development, email marketing, social media marketing for small businesses. There's a new publication coming out called International Brand Management, Work Integrated Learning, Marketing Management, Business to Business Marketing, Marketing and Introduction, and Marketing Communications, as well as Marketing in Africa. Also Marketing Research, and then business cases for South African companies. So again, please, if you're interested in our publications, you're more than welcome to speak to Lungani outside. If you're interested in writing for Juta, publishing content, you're more than welcome to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. And as we've come to the end of the day, I would like to call upon our acting HOD, Dr. Drotsky, to come and do the closing for us. And then we will then leave after this. Thank you, Doctor.
All right, I'm going to keep you here for about, I'd say, an hour max. Don't worry. Everybody, I'm not going to keep you here for long. First of all, I'd like to thank all our presenters that presented today. It was interesting to see what the other universities are doing. I think for us, this is a great opportunity every year to get together and actually see what's going on. What's the other universities? What's happening? And I think I'm not going to talk much long, but I'm going to leave you with one last thing. I think one of the first things we were taught as marketers in class is change. I remember clearly my first year of marketing, that was one of the main things they taught us was change is inevitable. It's going to happen. And I think there's things like these collaborations that we have is the way that we should then be able to deal with that change that's happening within our field of marketing. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. I know all of you want to get home, and there's still coffee for those who want coffee. Maybe I pick me up before you leave. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.